The Sun have got an interesting story on Marcus Rashford, who we know is going to dominate the January window.
Yeah, he's going to be a big name this month, no doubt about it. And on paper, in the papers, on paper, this is a transfer that sort of makes sense. A potential swap deal, dramatic swap deal, shock swap deal, call it what you want, between Victor Osimhen and Marcus Rashford. Victor Osimhen out of favour at Napoli. He's on loan at Galatasaray at the moment. Antonio Conte doesn't want him at Napoli. Marcus Rashford, we know his situation at Manchester United as well. I've spoken about it a lot. So on paper, it would make sense for the two of them just to do a swap. It's obviously not as easy to just do that. But Marcus Rashford has rejected bids from Saudi Arabia because he wants to win back his England place. So a move to another big European league, Serie A, obviously, would give him the chance to do that, and a platform to do that. And Antonio Conte is keen on Marcus Rashford. So we'll see whether that might be something that happens. But I think you're going to get a lot of this over the course of January, these sort of wild fantasy sort of transfer deals, which they might be able to pull off, but they might not. But on paper,
Deals are very rare,
very hard to do. And
happening, but we start with Marcus Rashford. AC Milan have indicated they would make Rashford a key player if he was to join, and they seem to be the front runners for now. Here's what their manager Sergio Conceição has said today when asked directly about the Manchester United forward.
You know, there's a question or two that might go slightly off topic, but I'm here to answer or not. Marcus Rashford is an excellent player, just as a number of other players are for other teams and so on and so forth. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, Michael. What's our understanding on the Rashford situation?
Yeah, interesting one and a slight development today, but I feel significant. If United are to allow Rashford to leave, it's understood United are leaning towards a straight loan before reassessing his future in the summer. Adding an option would be considered, but the price would have to be right for United. So that's an interesting one there. We've seen it with loan deals before for Manchester United, seeing how the player gets on. Does the value increase after a good loan move? As you've reported all week, there's been interest from Italy and Spain, and of course, tentative interest from West Ham United.
Yeah, and I mean, Ruben Amorim held his news conference earlier on today, didn't he? It's a small matter of Arsenal away in the FA Cup, but clearly there were questions on transfers and, of course, on Rashford. Always with the FA Cup weekend, but it's the January transfer window, and of course, we asked Amorim on Rashford.
We will see, guys. Let's focus on the game. They are available. They are training. We will see the selection for this game. They have to focus just in playing the next game.
Yeah, he's not giving much away. He's just focusing on the game, and he's continually being asked about Marcus Rashford is Ruben Amorim. Just on another striker that should Manchester United allow Rashford to leave, there's been lots of talk about Kolo Muani from Paris Saint-Germain. He remains a player of interest, we're told, to Manchester United, but there's been no further contact since they initially inquired about Kolo Muani. They've had a long-standing interest in him, of course, because they they scouted extensively in 2023 before they bought Rasmus Højlund. But aside of the fact that United are looking at him, Michael, there are a number of other clubs who'll be interested as well, won't there?
Yes, Damesh. Staying in the Premier League, I understand is that Tottenham Hotspur are still interested in Muani. Ange Postecoglou really wants to add another forward to that front three. And a bit of news we're getting this evening that Sky Italy, from our colleague Gianluca Di Marzio, they're reporting that Juventus are convinced they're in pole position to sign Muani. AC Milan, another club from Serie A, chasing the France international, and Milan say they've not given up on their pursuit of Muani, according to Sky in Italy, but Juve believe they are the front runners. Yeah, because Juve also were looking at Joshua Zirkzee. They're looking at Muani now. Does that leave the door open for AC Milan maybe to go and get Rashford? But aside of Rashford, two other players that have been in the spotlight this week are Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho. And Mark, finally a little bit of clarity from Amorim after a week of speculation on these players.
Yeah, well, Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United boss, speaking to the media today, fending off all sorts of questions with regards to transfers. High on the agenda, like you rightly say, Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho. We said on Wednesday on this very show that they were not for sale, and Manchester United were not actively looking to sell them, despite some media speculation and reports that the club were looking at these two players, particularly Kobbie Mainoo, because of the PSR situation and the fact that they have to make sure they meet the financial requirements of the Premier League. Mainoo has a contract until 2027 and Manchester United have a year option on that. Alejandro Garnacho has a contract at Old Trafford until 2028. So they're very much players under contract. Manchester United hold the cards and can do whatever they want with regards to those two players. And Ruben Amorim has been speaking about Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho in his press conference today. Here's what he said.
My players are always my favorites. So I really love my players. I want to keep my players, especially the talented ones. So, like I said, it's a special moment in this club. It's a hard moment, we will see. But of course, I'm really happy with Kobbie. He's improving. And also with Garna. I don't remember to say clearly that I want new players. What I said is that sometimes the profile for this system is different. And the players came here with a different idea how to play. What I said is that we need to improve recruitment. When we are targeting players, we need to have sure that they will cope with the demands. Our idea is always to keep the best players and the players that we build for this club. But we know the position that the club is in the moment. We will see, but I'm very happy and I really like our players, especially the guys from the academy.
Yeah, interesting quotes there from Ruben Amorim. Rather more forthcoming on Mainoo and Garnacho compared to what we heard him say about Marcus Rashford. And you mentioned it there, Mark, about the contract for Mainoo up in 2027, an option of a further 12 months. We're told that talks have taken place over a new deal, and the term I've been given is that the lines of communication remain open. So Manchester United, no doubt, will want to reward Kobbie Mainoo for his good performances for the club. So
hi, Ruben. This is your first game in the FA Cup. It's a traditional competition in English football. What do you know about the FA Cup and what have you seen and been told about the FA Cup?
I see what everybody sees. Really old competition with a lot of history. I remember some finals. I think when we won the treble against Newcastle. Sir Alex Ferguson saved some players, was really important for the club. We won some sub cups. We want to continue. We know that at this stage we already have a really strong match, but we want to win, and also we want to continue to improve the team and the performance.
You said a couple of weeks ago that you would like to bring in some players if it was possible. The way that profit and sustainability rules work in this country, you get more money if the club sells players that it has brought through themselves. You've got two players there, Marcus Rashford, that we talk a lot about, who was brought through by the club, Kobbie Mainoo, who has been mentioned this week, also brought through by the club. With those two players, would you be prepared to sacrifice those players in order to make the changes you want at this club?
The first thing I think is hard. I don't remember to say clearly that I want new players. What I said is that sometimes the profile for this system is different. And the players came here with a different idea how to play. So I don't remember to say that so clearly that I want new players. What I said is that we need to improve recruitment. When we are targeting players, we need to have sure that they will cope with the demands. Sometimes you have to bet a little bit. And what I said also is that we have to improve our academy, to bring young kids that feels the club in the right way, and also with that rules we are able to do some business and to have money to invest in the team. connecting that with the second part of the question, our idea is always to keep the best players and the players that we build for this club. But we know the position that the club is in the moment. We will see, but I'm very happy and I really like our players, especially the guys from the academy.
Just on that then, Ruben, can you say that Kobbie Mainoo, you want him to stay? Is he a United player that you want to keep therefore?
Yeah, well, my players are always my favourites. So I really love my players. I want to keep my players, especially the talented ones. So, like I said, it's a special moment in this club. It's a hard moment, we will see. But of course, I'm really happy with Kobbie. He's improving, and also with the Gardner.
As Simon mentioned, Marcus Rashford does come up in conversation a lot, but if he were to go on loan for the rest of this season, would he still have a future for you at Manchester United?
We will see, guys. Let's focus on the game. They are available. They are training. We will see the selection for this game. They have to focus just in playing the next game.
Yeah. Hi, Ruben. TV2 Norway. On Sunday, you play against Arsenal, who obviously have a very talented Norwegian in the squad, Martin Ødegaard. What do you make about him as a player, and how much of a threat is he to Manchester United on Sunday?
I think he's really special because his influence in all the game of Arsenal is impressive. And I play against them with Sporting. He didn't play both games, and you feel it in the team. When he's playing, Arsenal is a different team, but they can win and they can lose with or without Ødegaard. So I expect a strong team. If Ødegaard is in the team, they will be stronger for sure.
Thank you. Hi Ruben, you talked after the Liverpool game about being disappointed that you didn't go on to win the game. How difficult is that from your side of things, because you rotate the squad quite a lot, to reach those demands that you expect from the players on a weekly basis?
I think we rotate more in that part where we were trying to find out what kind of player do we have. Then a lot of players were returning from injuries. Now we are rotating less. I feel that sometimes I have to choose fresh legs because I look at some players in the same position and I feel that they are at the same level. So I try to put some fresh legs. Now we had time to train a little bit more. I expect our team to understand better the game. We try to work on set pieces because it's really important. We suffered a lot in the last game. So we'll see. I don't rotate because I want to rotate. I'm not different than the other coach. I'm trying to find out the best solutions to win every game, and sometimes I have doubts which player I'm going to put, and then I put the guy is more fresh to cope with the demands of the game.
Dave. Hi Ruben. One of your predecessors here, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, said that cup competitions, while they're great to win, they can often hide or not a true reflection of where a team is at. Is that something you agree with? Is your priority then, in a sense, improving the league position and also the Europa League? Because obviously that comes with a Champions League place rather than the FA Cup.
At this moment I'm living day by day. What I'm thinking is that we had some 1 week without any game. We had day off. We could work the team a little bit, and then it doesn't make sense for me to rest players now to play both games really near. So I think we have to put the best team, and we have to win, and we have to follow the last performance. So I'm not thinking in that way because we are not in that moment. We are in the difficult moment. We are improving. We had some trainings. Let's put the best team to try to win, and then we will focus on the next game. So my focus is more in our week. We had time to train, to rest, so I will choose the best team to win because we want also to win the cup. And like you said, in the cup you never know. So let's win. Sometimes it's better to win this kind of game, and then you have less time to rest, but your mind is so different that you can cope with the physical aspect of the game. So my focus now it's different. It's day by day. We just want to win this game, and then we'll think about the next one.
Just on that, Ruben, you said you'll play your best team. In that case, will you start Andre Onana? Because obviously you started Altay Bayındır in the last cup game, so is it going to be Onana this weekend and not Altay?
That is a special position. It's a very good question. He's going to play Altay.
Altay's playing.
Altay is playing.
Thank you.
Rob.
Lots of the players after the game at Liverpool spoke about a change in mentality, that it helped them perform so well at Anfield. Have you noticed that carrying on this week? I know you've had a free week on the training pitch. Has it carried on what you saw at Anfield, that kind of switch in mentality that maybe some of the players were talking about?
I felt that it was different because we could train, so you can push them, you can show what they need to do. It's so much easier with training, and then the environment is different because they felt the confidence in the performance. But we can say anything after a match or during a week. We have to show in the next game, so we are focused on that. But I felt that, and I felt during the week they were focused on improving and they were open to learn, and that was a good feeling this week.
Marcus Rashford's transfer saga at Manchester United has captured headlines, encapsulating a mix of footballing talent, financial strategy, and personal ambition. Currently, Manchester United is open to selling Rashford, viewing his departure as a way to bolster their financial books under profit and sustainability rules. Rashford himself has hinted at seeking a new challenge, showing readiness for the next phase of his career, yet he's also turned down lucrative offers from Saudi Arabia, indicating a preference for top-tier European football. Under new manager Ruben Amorim, Rashford's place in the team is in question after being dropped for significant matches, with his performance and dedication under the microscope. Clubs like PSG and Borussia Dortmund have been linked, but his high wages and contract length complicate any potential move. This situation highlights the intricate dance of modern football transfers, where personal and club ambitions intersect with market economics.
You can be the same person, with a positive person that can understand this is one place to be, then is the dressing room. There is some places to have fun. There is some places to work hard. So I can be ruthless when I have to be. If you think as a team, I will be the nicest guy that you have seen. If there is someone just thinking at himself, I will be a different person. And I'm not like that kind of guy that wants to show that he's a boss. I think they will feel it in the small details. That I can be the smiling one, but then when we have a job to do, I will be a different person, and they understand that. No, not yet. I didn't have that opportunity. It's hard to copy someone, so I have to be me. Of course, I am not the best person in here to show the history of Manchester United. It should be the club first, and also me, because I'm always paying attention on that details, and try to focus our players in the history of the club, not the recent history. So you have to be very demanding. This is a club that needs to win, have to win. So we have to show that to our players. But it's a different time. I cannot be the same guy that Sir Alex Ferguson was. It's a different time. I have to have a different approach, but I can be also demanding with a different approach. So that is my focus. So it's so much harder to come to a team in the middle of the season, because you have to know the players during the games. So you are talking about no national team periods to work with the players. It's just games. It depends. If you are winning, it's a lot of fun having a lot of games, trying to make some changes tactically and winning games. But if you are losing, you don't have the time in training to work out everything you want to work. I think where you can improve a team is in training. This is the most important aspect. You can say that the players to recover and to react really fast, but if you don't make any exercise with that, it's really hard to do it on video or in recovering trainings. So it's really hard in this way, but we will find ways to try to cope with that.
Steve. Hi Ruben, you had a lot of success with young players at Sporting Lisbon. How important will they be to your project at Manchester United?
It's not, it's a project of Manchester United. Nowadays you need young guys, guys from academy for everything, to bring that history of the club, because they feel the club in a different way, and also because you have all these rules about financial fair play. When a player from our academy is so much different than the players we sell, that we bought and then we sell. So everything is connected. I will try to help all the players, especially the young ones.
Last question in this section, James.
Ruben, hi. The Premier League has been dominated for most of the past decade by the club down the road, and the manager who's overseen that, Pep Guardiola, with 6 titles in 7 years, has just signed a new 2-year contract. News that a lot of Premier League rivals are probably bemoaning. What's your view? Are you relishing the challenge of taking on arguably the sort of greatest manager of his generation?
I think it's a problem for everybody here, but we have so much to do. We cannot focus on anybody. We just have to focus in our club, improve our club, and not focus in the other clubs. So let's focus on Manchester United.
Do you like the test, though? Do you like the test it presents for you?
Yeah, it's amazing. If you can beat that team, it's a good sign. But like I said, we are focused on Manchester United. Just that.